right. I'm Dorian Lee. I'm the CEO of Basketball 101 in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been player development, training, and coaching for almost 2 decades. Played at the University of North Florida. I'm literally the oldest in this room, probably here except for Coach Barnes, probably the only one. So I'm 52, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've seen a lot of athletes come in and out of the doors. I've seen dreams like really explode, and I've seen many dreams be deflated just because people didn't have enough knowledge in order to go to the next level. And one of the things that we want to do today is kind of keep that dream alive for you, because it can end quickly. So I'm here to answer any questions and to do whatever we need to help you.
My name is Dereck Lively II. I play in the Dallas Mavericks right now. 20, so I'm probably the closest one here to y'all age. You know, I'm only a couple years older than y'all. So I'm going to keep it 100% honest. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. You know, excuse my language, but this shit ain't easy. You know, getting to the NBA, getting to the WNBA, it's not easy. And, you know, that's going to be the easiest part of your journey, because the hardest part is staying in the NBA.
For sure.
I can tell y'all that right now, but I'm going to give y'all the cheat sheet. It might not sound good. It might hurt a little bit, but I'm going to tell y'all the truth.
For sure. I wanted them to introduce themselves, but we're going to give a little background on how we got to where we are today. And for me, like I said, my name's Theo. I literally was in the same shoes as y'all. I was at the academy. I did all the camps, top 10 in the country, played at Carolina, won a national championship, made the NBA, did all that. And I'm here to tell you, this shit is hard. Shit is a grind. I had an experience when I was in y'all's shoes. I was in high school, and my freshman year, I was #1 player in the country. #1 player in the country. I had fun playing the game. And at that moment, when I saw my name at ESPN #1, my life changed, because it wasn't fun for me no more at that moment, because I wasn't hunting anymore. I was the hunted. Everybody wanted to get to where I was. And I was like, bro, what happened to all my friends? What happened to all my homeboys? Because they all, at the end of the day, I'm like, dog, them my boys, them my homeboys, they always gonna want me to see. Wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? There's someone out there jealous of you. That's okay. That means you're doing something right. So I'm all that to be said. I use that as fuel. I remember I went to USA trials, and I had a experience that I was #2 in the country at that point. I had dropped the spot. Andrew Wiggins was in front of me. I went, you know, you still have to try out, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, I didn't play that hard, because I was like, I'm #2 in the country. I'm going to make the team. Didn't play that hard. Next thing you know, got cut. Best thing that ever happened to me. Because that feeling, I told myself, I will never, ever have that feeling again where I won't control what I can control and play as hard as I possibly can. And it honestly helped me for the long haul. I wouldn't be the player I am today. I wouldn't be the person I am today, because I was a little arrogant about it, and it humbled me. And while we're here today is try to give y'all that information to not have that happen, and y'all can just take this thing full force and get to where y'all want to get to. And that's just a little story of me that I want to help y'all with, but we're going to get to more of the nitty gritty of it, but y'all give y'all a little story from learning experience.
For me,
early.
it was a different time. So, I mean, you got to think about it. I came out of high school in 1990, came out of college, damn. Like wow. Kevin Hart, when you be, damn. Yes. Right. So 1995, I came out of college, and it was just a different world. It was no social media. You couldn't really promote yourself. I was a freak athlete, jump out the gym, but didn't have the direction and didn't have the access to resources, right? So one of the things I wanted to do, I spent about 6 years in corporate America. Then I wanted to become a resource for players. Number one, I was a great athlete. I could shoot, but I needed other skill. I was an undersized, 6'2", 2 guard at the time. And that was before AI. That was before, Lou Wills, and it was fashionable to be a 6'2", Steph Curry, Dame Lillard type player. You had to be a true PG at my size, and I was just unskilled as a PG. So I wanted to really help players with what I didn't have. And, I come from a spot, Mobile, Alabama. The actual town is Pritchard, Alabama. You can Google it right now. The second most dangerous city in the world, or in the U.S. And that's what I grew up in. And most people don't make it, but I was blessed to have, good parents, whatever. And I was able to get out of it, get out of that situation, and do well for myself in training. And I've been able to train a bunch of athletes, 7,500 athletes, 19 countries. I just got back from France. I trained a couple of French national team players, male and female. And that's what it's really about. It's about taking basketball down different paths. Everybody's not going to play, but that doesn't mean you can't still be attached to the game. And Theo is living proof that he's still attached, and quite possibly you're in your calling more than you were when you were playing basketball. So that's really my background and my story.
You see, all right, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. So we're gonna go back to high school. I was in my senior year. Well, going into my senior year, we won Peach Jam. Senior year, I was #1 player in the country. Had any offer you could go to, any school I wanted to go to, no matter if it's OTE, no matter if it's overseas, no matter if it's college. So I picked Duke. I go to Duke.
Weekend school.
I listen to him. And then the world labeled me as the biggest bust to ever go to Duke. The biggest #1 player to not do what he's supposed to do going to Duke. So I go to Duke. Shit, you're going to look at my stats. It says I averaged 5 and 5 for the whole year. But for the second half of the year, I averaged 10 and 10. So if you're really going to look at it, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs in 1 year. That 1 year is going to make you rethink if you like basketball, if you don't like basketball, if this is your sport, if you're going to go do something else. But that's how it's supposed to go. I go to Duke. I really don't know if I'm going to get drafted first round, second round, or if I'm going to get, undrafted. So I go through Duke. I ended up deciding that I'm going to put my name in the draft. But when I look at the mock drafts, second round, pick 40, pick 50, pick 45, everybody's saying, he has no offensive game. Everybody's like, he can't barely play defense. He can barely, walk and chew gum. I bet you're going to say that about me. I'm going to show you some shit. So it really just came down to whenever I was going throughout the pre-draft process, I'm in the gym twice a day. Y'all going to say you in the gym twice a day, but that's hard to do. Hard to do to be in there every day, every single day, no matter if it's at 6 in the morning, 12 at night, you got to do it. And that's what I did throughout the pre-draft process. And then I slowly started to see myself climb up higher and higher. But the reality is, you really can't be focusing on the stuff on not social media, but the media. No matter if that's rankings, no matter if that's, what someone's saying about you in a group chat, you can't really be caring about none of that. All you think you can care about is what you can control. And what I can control is how hard I play. So when you go throughout the pre-draft process, you got to go work out for teams, and the teams are going to try to make you quit. They're going to try to they're going to try to make you so tired, you put your hands on your knees, and you ain't going to do the next drill, and you're too tired to make a three, you're too tired to dunk the ball. That's what they're going to do. And you're going to have to at least do minimum 8 of them workouts to just be able to go into the draft. Luckily, I was able to, go out there. I got my ass kicked, but, I had a couple pretty good workouts, so I was able to get invited to the green room. Luckily, I got drafted to a great spot at Dallas, and, everybody's been watching us this year. At the beginning of the year, everyone's like, counting us out. And by the end of the year, we at the finals. We was playing up against Boston in my first year. And as soon as the playoffs start, if y'all ain't know, my mother passed. My mom died in my hands. So I'm like, I got to be out here. I got to focus on basketball. But at the same time, I can't even go back home right now because I don't have all my life together because my mama not even at home. Y'all mad if y'all mom take y'all phones. My mama not there no more. So I got to show up. I got to go to work, which is basketball. No matter if it's a Tuesday night, no matter if it's a Wednesday morning, no matter if it's a Sunday morning, you're going to have a game. You're going to have practice, and you got to have to give it 100%. You guys, both of them, there's going to be days where you don't want to do that shit at all. But you got to because it's your job. Man, you got to be able to find your routine and find your circle of people in your life. You're going to think You're going to think it's your friends. You're going to think it's your homeboys, your homegirls. You're going to think it's the people on social media. Those are the last people that you need to be worried about. The people who's telling you, nah, you shouldn't go out. Nah, you shouldn't go to that party. You shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. Those are people you really need to keep around, because the people which you want to try to ride off your coattails the entire time is going to tell you to do the stupid shit. It's going to tell you to go out there, do some dumb stuff, post some dumb stuff on social media. I can't like a TikTok without people being like, why he like this TikTok? I can't like something on Instagram without people looking at what I did. This is the world we live in. Every little thing that you're going to do is going to be looked at and criticized.
I swear to God, to this day, right now, they are looking at every single thing y'all are doing.
Like right now.
They know everything.
Right now.
Dog, I swear to God, I'm in the locker room with the Dallas Mavs, and there's shit that they found out that I don't know how they found out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain things, these organizations, they do their fucking homework. They know what type of kids y'all are. They know what type, like, they know what make y'all tick. They know what piss y'all off.
Mm-hmm.
I knew they was drafting him. I was there. I was there. Y'all don't watch fucking basketball. Some of y'all don't. I know y'all don't.
Shit, I ain't watched basketball when I was back when I was your age. I ain't watching.
If y'all pay attention and just watch games, you will know what type of situation you're going into. He went into a fucking gold mine. He went into a gold mine. There was one thing the year before, I was with Dallas. The year before, we didn't have no lob threat. Jesus Christ.
It
was the perfect situation.
I think I was leading the league in field goal percentage because I was catching lobs.
Bro, like, you got to watch the game. You got to study the game and understand what is best for you and your game. Pay attention to, like, the guys before you, how successful they are, how they play, certain things like that. In your circle, bro, that's probably the most important thing. Your circle is very important. And I hate to say it, sometimes
you got to cut folks
off.
You got to cut them off.
You got to cut some motherfuckers off.
Your cousins,
you really do. Cousins,
your best friends, your homeboys, your homegirls.
And I will tell you this, my situation, and this is just, I'm just giving y'all how I handle things. When I was in high school, I gave my parents their 2 cents, but me going to college was my decision.
Mm-hmm.
They trusted me. I said, I'm the one going to school. You not going to school. I'm going to play for this coach. I am the guy that's going to go through all the gauntlet of days. So I'm going to make the decision. I swear to God. Got off the phone with Coach Williams, and I said, I'm going to Carolina. Went down. My dad was asleep, woke his ass up. I said, I'm going to Carolina. Went downstairs, told my mom, I'm going to Carolina. They said, are you sure? Do you need to sleep on it? No. I know where I'm going. And I went. Next thing you know, won the national championship, blah, blah, blah. And I'll give y'all one more story now, let you carry on. But so I played all 4 years at Carolina. Yes. Could I have left my freshman year? For sure. But I broke my foot. For me, I personally wanted to have a year where I cooked, right? Broke my foot, rehabbed. Sophomore year, I'm hooping at the beginning of the year. Marcus Page is out. He hurt his wrist. Then he comes back. My minutes go down. I'm like, damn. Next thing you know, we get the national championship. We lose, blah, blah, blah. Going to the summer of my junior year, it's probably one of the best summers I had in my life. I'm out. I'm going to the league after this year, boys. We go to this Army base to have practice. Jump up, come down. I was like, oh, I broke that motherfucker again. Broke it again. And actually, and it was my other foot because I broke my left one my freshman year and I was overcompensating so much, I cut off my right foot off everything. So then I broke my right foot and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. At that point, I was like, using assault, or you can just go ahead and just do what you got to do and get back. Came back in the middle of my junior year, start playing well. Next thing you know, fucked it up again. And I'm like, I might just be done playing basketball. This shit is going to challenge your mindset a lot. You know what I'm saying? So those certain situations, I was just like, I got to do what I got to do to get back on the court. Won the Natty, did what I had to do. And like I did again, I could have left that year, but I just wanted a year to just be healthy and be myself and do what I knew I was capable of doing on the college court. Because at that point, I probably averaged, 4, 3, something like that. I wasn't averaging a lot. And I came back my senior year. I did what I wanted to do. And I personally believe I would not have made it 6 years if I didn't stay all 4 years in college because I was ready. I'm begging y'all, do not go to the league if you're not ready. You go, you might be there 2 years, possibly. Depending on what deal you got. Now, if you first round, and what is like 3 years?
Hey, even if you first round, it's not even easy. Yeah. There's people whose first round is right now in the G League. And the G League is the hardest spot to get out of because that's where everybody fighting for their life. Yeah.
Everybody so what's the average career in terms of years?
NBA? NBA.
4 or 5.
What is it?
1, 2. In the league?
No, it's 4.5 on average. But you got to think about the folks that's killing that curve. Though. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of folks that had long careers that killed the average. Most folks 1 year, 2 years, right? I want y'all to think about it. Now, I want to get back to what you said in terms of they know everything that y'all are doing. Why? Y'all answer this. Why do they know everything that y'all are doing? You are an investment, right?
Millions of dollars.
Which is the perfect segue into, I know what y'all want. Y'all don't want to just get to the NBA. Y'all want to get paid. Y'all want money.
I want the lifestyle.
Is that right or wrong? Be honest. I want to see who wants money. None of y'all want money. Okay, cool. I want money. All right. Do y'all even understand who you have to become in order to get the money? On and off of the court.
That's the hardest part.
Right? See, we don't spend a lot of time talking about that. Who do you have to become? Right? And we talked about it when I stood up yesterday talking about, you have to be before you can become. You got to be a professional now to become a professional later. You ain't going to wake up, you're not going to show up and be a pro. You got to start doing the pro things, right? Decision making is ultimately huge in this process, right? But if we want to get the money, it would be really, really smart that we pay attention to who we got to become to get it, right? Very, very important that we do that, right? And we got to talk about like contracts. Like, if I told one of you right now that you ain't going to be no star in the league, right? You're going to be a role player, right? But you could make $300 million as a role player. Most of y'all right now would probably reject that notion because you want to be what?
Curry.
How many of y'all want to be stars by a show of hands? Real talk.
If all y'all don't raise y'all hands right now.
Y'all come on, man. We being too cool. So who wants to be stars? So that's a half star? Like here? That's a full star. Okay, y'all want to be full stars. All right, cool. All right. So we got to think about that for a second. Right? You got to think about, would you be a role player to create generational wealth for your family? All right.
Okay.
Y'all know what that take,
now hold up. So let's talk to a person who's a role player, right? But what do you have to become to be a role player? The type of humility you have to have. No whining about I didn't get the ball. They're not running plays for me. The same stuff y'all complain about now.
It's a tough situation because I'll tell you this, it's the hardest thing about being a role player is like, you're going to do a lot of ups and downs. You ain't going to touch that rock. You're like, damn, I'm out here doing cardio. I play with Dorian Finney-Smith, and y'all know Luka had a ball all the time. And he is the ultimate role player. And he'd just be like, he'll go up to Luka and just be like, hey, just throw me a bone. Just throw me one bone, and then I'm good. He just wanted one shot. But I would say this, like, out of the group in here, maybe 2 might have the ball in their hands a lot. Maybe 2 of y'all.
Maybe.
So
hold up. If you had the ball in your hands and you turn that shit over, done. You ain't getting the ball back in your hands for the next 4 games.
Curtain call.
At least. Just because you had that one mistake. That's the league. That's the league.
I'll give you so I was in Brooklyn my second year. Kenny Atkinson was my head coach. And I was backup point guard for them. And we were playing well, was winning. And we get off a road trip, and we playing Atlanta the next day. And I'm starting to find my rhythm. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to take off. Next thing you know, he brings me aside after the end of practice, said, Theo, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, this league is not fair. He just left me with that. And I'm like, what the f does that mean? I just go home with just that piece of information. I didn't play the rest of the year. I did not touch the court. I played one other time, but he had got fired. And my ex-coach, Jock Vaughn got hired, and then COVID hit, and then I got waived that before COVID from Brooklyn. So as soon as he told me that, I didn't touch the court again because of the business. So the 2 guys I came in with, who I stayed in the league longer than them, they made it 2 years. There was 1 first-round pick, 1 second-round pick. 1 made it 2, 1 made it 2.5. They were trying to trade him. They couldn't trade him. So what you got to do is somebody who needs to be traded, you got to play him. So I was the oddball out because I'm 15th, 14th man on the bench. I'm not making a lot of money. They don't got to pay. They don't got to play me. I'm just a utility guy. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But like that's how this work. And they won't tell you shit. They're not gonna tell you nothing. They're not gonna be like, yo, like Kenny didn't have to tell me that. He just told me, well, what the f did he tell me? Nothing. He just said it ain't fair.
He just gave him a little hint.
Yeah.
Little hint. Y'all what's up?
How would you become a star if you never given an opportunity?
Say it again.
How would you become a star if you never given an opportunity?
It might not happen. Yeah. And it's out of your control.
There are so many stars who don't get the opportunity. That's the truth. But you might get one opportunity. Now, one opportunity is going to determine the rest of your career.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of your career. How many of y'all watch the playoffs? I'm hoping y'all watch the playoffs. There's some players that don't touch the floor the whole series because they don't fit the game style. There's players who go out there just to play defense. Looking at one. They ain't running nothing for me. They ain't running no plays for me. Only reason I'm getting the ball is if they stuck with a 2-on-1 and they do this. That's it. All they gonna do, look at what percentage, what group of 5 on the floor has the best offensive rating, has the best defensive rating. Who's the best defensive player to stop this one person? They gonna put you in there to defend that one person, then go sit in the corner. After you go sit in the corner, come back here and play defense. Bigs, go down there, bang with 3 people, grab the rebound, run and touch the baseline, come up, set a screen. They shoot the ball, you got to go down there, rebound, go back down there, play defense. Get the rebound, come back down, get that next rebound. You hear a shot in there? Nope. That's your role, though. If you do your role well, you get paid $150 million. That's the truth. I just fell out my chair. But the truth is, you got to find what you're good at and make that your weapon. Make it the best thing you do on the court. People be on the court just because they talk, just because they're able to tell what everybody on the defense needs to do. And they tell them what to do, they're going to stay on the floor. They're going to get minutes. They're going to get paid. They might not be able to shoot. They might not be able to walk and chew gum. Truth. But they can play defense. Just because they can defense, that's it. Wow. Just because they can play defense, they're going to stay on the floor and they're going to get paid. Truth.
But your question, you're thinking like, how do you transition from a role player to a star? Like, how can you do it? The truth is, Dereck actually has a chance. Now, to what level he becomes a star, we don't know. But can he? Because, yeah, he can take a bad shot or two. if he's getting every rebound, right? Blocking shots, playing defense. You know, you got to get to the point where your coach, right? Where you have a coach who, when you make a mistake, he starts looking down the bench and can't find nobody to get you.
They need you on the floor.
Don't do it again. No, don't do it. But they ain't going to pull you out.
Ain't nobody there.
Right? So you got to become that player. Even if you are the star right now, you got to be that player. Right? And that's difficult for most people to do.
We played Minnesota, and I was with Dallas. Got an outlet, came down court, did a move, got to the middle of the paint, dished to Josh Green, got fouled. I got brought in the next day for a film session. It's like, hey, yo, next time, can you just get the ball to Kyrie? I was like, I can dribble. I can make it. I made a good play. Shit don't fucking matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, at that point, all I said was like, my fault. I'll give him the fucking ball. Mm-hmm. Granted, I still said, like, at that moment, I was like, Kyrie told me to go. He said, go ahead and do what you got to do. And I had Mike Conley in front of me. I'm like, damn, I can't take his old ass. I'm just playing. Mike, my guy. But there's a certain, y'all, I promise you, bro, there's going to be a situation y'all hear somebody tell y'all something. Y'all be like, bro, I can do that, though. It don't fucking matter, bro.
They don't need you.
Like, they have our objective. There's 2 or 3 stars on every fucking team. You get in where you fit in. That's all it's going to be. You're going to get in where you fit in, and how can you help this team become better? I kind of myself because I'm a good motherfucker. I'm a good dude. I genuinely see, I enjoy my teammates doing well. So I got called the cheerleader, great bench guy, great locker room guy at a very early age. And once I got that mark, it's hard to get it off at that point. Like, there's nothing else you can do. That's all they see me as. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I'm not even mad about it because that's just who I am. It wasn't like I was faking that shit. So I had no problem in whatever happened, but it's just tough situations. And I want to ask y'all, do y'all have any questions for us that y'all want us to answer?
Nah, they ain't going to ask no questions. They too scared.
Jasper has some.
There we go.
For the role player, so basically it's like get the ball to the superstar and like get out the way.
No. Do your role. Whatever your role is, perfect it. Sometimes you might get the ball in your role to make a play. And if you do it right, they're going to trust you to continue doing your role the right way. And then a year, 2 years, you start doing your role the same way and they can trust you. They might open up a gateway to let you start doing some other things because they know they need you on the floor.
You watch basketball?
No.
Just not trying to be an asshole. Name a team. Just name any team. Chicago. All right. Before, when they had DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, what do you think their offense was? Derrick Rose.
Yeah, that was
a while ago.
Tough,
I'm talking about the most recent team.
I like that, though.
You got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic, Kobe White. They're touching the ball. Ayu Dosunmu, he ain't touching. He's going to get occasional shots. Alex Caruso, he get occasional shots. Like, there are guys that already implemented that has made their mark already. Now, if you go to a team, maybe. But other than that, they have their system in place and they're guys that they're already trying to develop to be the guy. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's already somebody there. Now, if it don't work, you next man up.
Yep.
And then that's when you got to fucking capitalize. Like, oh, shit. Somebody get traded. That's when you like, oh, uh-oh. Time to go now.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So like when you're a role player, do they like tell you your role? You kind of got to figure it out.
You know what film is? Do you watch film? You're going to figure out your role throughout that film. Promise you that. You're going to watch more film than you ever had. You're going to watch more film than TV, than Netflix, than Hulu, especially in the playoffs. Playoffs, that's the same. And when you go into practice, when you go to do your own workouts, you're going to be practicing what your role is. You're going to be perfecting what your role is. You ain't going to be out there chucking up threes. You ain't going to be working tween, cross. None of that. You're going to be focusing on what your role is and perfecting it the whole time.
What if you like busting ass in practice? You're supposed to be a role player.
Man, you know how many people bust ass in practice?
Don't matter.
It might get you traded too.
True, 100%.
You bust enough ass, you'll get traded.
Because they're going to be like, okay, look, he got, he can do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to give you this, but I need that role player right there to fill my team. I'm going to give you this possible prospect. Just because you was busting some ass in practice doesn't mean you can bust ass in an NBA game. That's the truth.
Going off what he said, it's true that they'll play whoever makes more money.
Oh yeah,
Boy,
absolutely.
what?
Yeah, that's.
Would you play somebody who you ain't pay? So if you paying somebody $30 a year,
Say the one who's making like not as much, doing better though.
I don't give a.
It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, you gotta get money out of your investment.
Nah, bro.
Period.
Like it don't matter.
Who's on the posters? Who's on the TV screens? Who's on the commercials? That player is definitely going to be on the
Perfect
floor.
example. Nas Reed was hoping,
Open,
but he's not getting paid enough. Like that's the business side of the NBA.
And
I'm gonna tell you, y'all have a great situation though, because y'all getting paid right now, right? Y'all getting paid right now. Y'all got a bigger microscope because they paying attention to what y'all doing with that bread.
Mm-hmm. All the
Now,
chains.
They're like, oh, he can't even handle the little $100K he getting right now. Wait until we give him 12 mil.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes back to having a team. So how many people in here feel like y'all have a good team around y'all?
It's a good team.
Parents, coaches, you like a great team. All right. Do y'all feel that? Why? Why do y'all feel that? Do y'all know if y'all got a good team or y'all just hoping y'all got a good team?
And they tell you you're doing well.
I feel like that's the real important when your people around you, like, they say no to you.
Exactly. The people around you going to tell you, yeah, do this. Nah, you don't need to worry about that one game. That one game, you only have 4 points. Don't worry about it. You good? Are you serious? The people who tell you no, those are people you need to keep around. My agent back there, the amount of stuff he told me not to do, the amount of stuff he told me not to post, the amount of places he told me not to go, that's the people who you need around. The people be like, nah, don't worry about it. You good. You good. You can do your own thing. Those aren't the people you need to have around because those are people who are going to throw you in the fire and say you good. And then you burn, and then now what? They ain't going to pull you out. You're just going to sit there burning.
Do y'all think parents can ruin your career?
There you go.
Okay. But y'all have the courage to check y'all's parents if they were getting out of line?
Nope.
Great question.
It's all about how you say it. You can't go to your mom and dad and be like, what you talking about? I'm right, you wrong.
Yeah.
You got to look at them as they're always going to give you what they think. But just because what they think doesn't mean it's always right in the basketball terms of things. Because unless they Coach K,
I wouldn't.
You know what? No.
That don't move the needle for me.
Man, you know what? Because that goes back to an important conversation that we're having now in this era. And we spend so much time on field, right? You know, I feel like he doesn't like me. I feel like I'm not getting enough. I feel like. And fuck your feelings. Like, real talk. Nobody really cares about your feelings except for your folks. Everybody else cares about productivity in this world, right? Everything you do is based on productivity. Can you produce, right? Will you bring value to me, my team, right? Will you bring me money, right? And the sooner you get your feelings out of it, the better you're going to be. You got to understand that all of this it's a big business, then there's micro businesses underneath the business. And that's why I say everything. Your team is everybody. Like you said, it's agent, your parents, your friends, right? Everybody is part of your team. And everybody has to be on the same page. If you got one weak link on your entire team, your team is weak. Same as, defensively. If you got a weak link on your team defensively is weak. Right? And very few people gonna have these conversations because deep down, people do fear you leaving. Even some parents, right? You got to think about, rest his soul. Kobe and his father had a break. I mean, they were very, very close, but it came a time where they didn't agree with each other, and something happened, right? And unfortunately, I guess they didn't get a chance to really make amends with that. But things happen, right? And parents got to learn when to allow their kids to make decisions. And y'all got to also know when to listen to your parents, even though you might feel like you're grown, right? Sometimes they have insight, experiences that you'll never understand. And they can see stuff before it happens. I never understood that about my parents. They knew because they lived it. They weren't being perfect. They made some of those same mistakes. So we got to get to that point that sometimes we listen. And usually, if it's uncomfortable, if it sounds like it's wrong, it's probably right.
If it hurt, it's probably right. That's the truth. If it really hurt, if you be like, but I wanna go do this, but I gotta go to the tournament all the way out in Albany. But I want to go to the Jersey Shore. I want to go have fun. I want to go be with my friends. But your parents telling you, you got to double down. Them the times you need to listen. But the times where your parents telling you, you should have shot the ball. You shouldn't have passed it. You should have, this your team. This all you. Your future on the line. Those were the times we got to think about, what are they looking at? They're looking at what they think is right. But are they in the basketball world? Do they know what coaches is going on? Do they know what plays is going on? Do they know what practices is going on? No. The people who are 10 toes down with you every day, sweating, putting in the work, doing all the little things with you, those are people you're going to want to listen to, you're going to keep around, you're going to want to have in your circle.
Jasper asked me a question, how important it is coming to camps like this. Probably more important than whatever the y'all talking to these college coaches about. Because these people that are here and trying to help y'all and want nothing from you can help you more than what these college coaches and all these other people can do. This past year, I was in the G all year, and I played well, played like I felt like I deserved to be in the league, and didn't happen. I said, cool, whatever. I might go overseas, might do whatever. And I was done playing I was done with the politics side of basketball because this shit is taxing. This shit is very stressful. And he would know the most stressful time of your NBA career is on the way to trades, the trade deadline. When I tell you motherfuckers be stressed, people be scared to go on the plane leave a little later. You be like, what does that even mean? It is a stress, when you get past this college, it is a stressful time. It really is. But you got to continue to try to have fun with it. But for me, I was personally done with it. But when I was in y'all's shoes, I never burned bridges. I treated everybody with respect. I was just a genuine dude. I called Carlton, Will, AJ, all those guys, and I said, look, I'm done with the game. I'm not playing no more. I'm just ready to get back and help as much as I can. What do y'all need? How can I help? Next thing you know, 2 weeks later, I'm talking to Carlton. We working everything out. I'm able to be here with y'all guys today and speak to y'all, and I'm involved with Nike now. Just like that. But it started here. It started when I came to camps like this and was being a good person. Like, at the end of the day, he wasn't lying. If you're an asshole, bro, there's no way they're going to mess with you. And they're going to find out. They asked us all the time, how is Brandon? How is all y'all? How's Tyron? How's Malik? How are they as people? And there's one thing people aren't going to do. They're not going to lie because then their word's on the line. You know what I'm saying? So if they're not going to lie and be like, oh, he's a good dude. And then when they draft you or bring you to some brand or something, and then you're an asshole, they would never ask that guy again because you didn't keep your word. You didn't say who they really were. So I encourage all y'all to be genuine, good people, and I promise you it would take you a long way. Because I promise this ball gonna stop bouncing. It's gonna stop bouncing, and then at that point, what you gonna do? Prepare for that shit.
Let's see how many careers that y'all can name outside of actual playing that you can do in the game of basketball. Sports broadcasting.
Here we go.
What is it? Medical stuff. Exactly. What else? Agent, right? Which is, sports law, contract negotiations. What else? Coaching. What else? The thing y'all hate the most on the court. The zebras. Refs. You know how much they make?
Make bread.
Make some bread.
They make bread.
I'm telling you. I got good friends who are NBA refs, make incredible money. Talk to me. What else? You be on a team. That is.
Yeah, you know what that means.
That is. You can't be an entrepreneur. That was right. Come on, man. My man right. My man right.
He said it as a question. He's an entrepreneur. My thing is,
what else?
Y'all missing out on the biggest one. What is on each and every one of you right now? Your phone, marketing, social media. All y'all going to college and all the coaches talking to y'all, I can give you 300, I give you 200, I give you 150. You can get so much money off of your phone, off of the thing that you're on all day scrolling.
But the difference, Dereck, the consumers, no, you're a consumer.
You're a consumer. You ain't putting nothing
and I
out
can
there.
This week, if y'all want to take some time, I'll show you how to monetize your page, right? How to make money on your page, right? Social media. And a lot of your NIL deals are contingent on how many followers you have.
That's the truth.
Right? There's some folks that get some record-setting NIL deals just because they already had the followers.
They had the platform.
Right? But y'all use it as a consumer. And then y'all got the same kind of, and no offense, y'all got the same little in front of the drink cooler. What's the pose y'all do in front of the drink cooler? Like colors, but never mind.
I don't know what the hell you're talking
No,
about.
y'all used to be in front of the drink coolers like y'all being holding up the signs in like the 7-Eleven or whatever.
Oh, when you just post it in the gas station.
It'd be like at the gas station. It'd be like one photo and you don't have nothing else on your page that make you even look like a hooper. Right? I don't know. That's like Kanye got like one post, but that's Kanye. Y'all got a post. Right? I'm saying you can't be cool. You can't be famous before you famous. Right? You understand? You gotta really start building. I know. So guess what? You got to make yourself famous, right?
You gotta start your own motion.
You got to start. You know what I'm saying? You got to post your clips, right? You can do it and without it looking like you bragging, right? You can do your work without it looking like you bragging. You can show your clips of your workouts, right? Whatever you want to be and what you want to show to the world, you have the control of that with your social media. You can paint whatever narrative you want on your social media. You get to control the narrative.
Let me give you an example. This year, I finally started to, all right, I'm going to try to make a little bit of money off my phone. I'm on TikTok all day. All right, let me try to make some money off of TikTok. Let me try to get my followers up. Let me get my viewerships up. Do you want to know what I'm labeled as right now? Lego guy. A Lego guy.
Yeah. I thought you were.
Bro, I just do it like time to time. Just because, I'm trying to stay inside. I'm not trying to go out in the public because now it's hard for me to go out in public because, I can barely do anything without 5 people looking at me. But just because I'm building Legos, millions of people have been watching me just because of that. Right? It took.
You're getting income from that? How we start getting income from that?
You gotta monetize your page
first. You gotta start building your platform. It take time. Sometimes it's gonna start quick. Sometimes it's gonna take a long time. And then next thing you know, it's going to be that one post that get 250 views. And then the next post, you get 80K views. And then the post after that, you get 300. And then you slowly start building viewership. You start getting followers. You start doing all that.
And then whatever your personality, like Lego, nobody, you're not thinking about that. He being himself.
I'm building Legos and I'm acting like a normal person.
Like you normally act.
Because the truth is, everybody see any NBA player on TV. I wish I could meet them. I wonder who they are. I wonder how they are. We're all people. It's just how much are you going to show who you are to the public? What are you going to show to the public? And then that's what's going to start to connect. People are going to connect with you. People are going to understand what you're talking about, or they're going to like the same thing that you do. Because there's so many people out in the world, no matter if the truth is, y'all are going to be afraid to post TikToks. Y'all going to be afraid to post things on Instagram because you're afraid of what people around you is going to say, what your people at school are going to say, what people like, what in your group chat is going to say. Why are you posting this? Why are you doing that? That don't matter. But then the person on the other side of the country
I'm going to show you.
is going to like it, and then he's going to show it all to his friends, and then his whole friend group's looking at you. And then everybody on the West Coast is starting to figure out, oh, wow, like, look at him. He's doing X, Y, and Z. I wish I could do that. But the people around you is being like, why are you a clown? Why are you posting yourself dancing and doing all that? But you just having fun being a kid. That's how it comes down to. You about to say something? My fault.
Yeah.
But
No.
It depends on what you're doing, if I'm being honest.
Like I started my podcast 2 years ago. Me and AJ started a podcast, Run Your Race. And I got begged for 3-4 years to do it. And I finally just like, let's do it. And this past year when I was in the G, I made, I think you get like 40 bands. That ain't nothing. But I made 6 figures doing my podcast, so it didn't matter to me. And once that started building up, I was building my brand. Like, I wasn't forgotten because at the end of the day, they saw me every damn week because I was posting the podcast. So like doing something consistent, but showing you still doing your work, they paying attention to shit like that.
That's a fact.
But we want to end this with something more fun. Let me ask y'all something. Who has a deeper bag? Luka Doncic, you can't answer this. Luka Doncic or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Damn.
Oh, man.
Just like that? That easy?
He's back off the court too. He versatile.
What you talking about?
You talking about his drip. All right.
You talking about on the court.
Okay,
man.
I didn't.
No bag off the court.
It's that easy?
All right, we got to go. D, you got to go.
Dereck, you got to get out.
I got to get off? Okay.
All right.
I'm going to be honest.
Close and we got 1 minute.
Who won that matchup?
Ooh, that
That's
shut
smoke.
that up, didn't it?
That's
That
smoke.
killed that.
I heard Shai over there.
There was number one
I
seeded
said
in the
that matchup.
Jalen
There was number one
Jalen-
seeded in the West.
The Celtics one, I wouldn't put that on Jaylen Brown. The role players really won, if you really want to talk about
Dereck
it.
White.
The role
Drew.
players, Drew, Dereck White, Al Horford, Porzingis, those were the people who was really coming in and giving them the extra boost that they needed to.
Fact.
That's a fact.
Y'all think Zach LaVine a top 8 shooting guard? Top 8. Top 10. Is
Top
he
8 in the league right
in
now.
the league right now? No, right now. Is he a top 8 shooting guard in the league?
He might be.
All right, let's name them. Who we got? We got Anthony Edwards,
Damn,
Don,
that was quick.
Got Devin
Book.
Booker.
We missing hella people.
Kai.
Y'all comparing Jaylen Brown and Brad. That's Brad.
Brad
Whoa,
Bill.
whoa.
Donovan Mitchell.
Whoa,
No one
hell
talking about
no.
Donovan Mitchell. He hooping.
Brad Bill Cole. Who else we got?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan. Who else we name? Who?
He ain't top 8. Not top 8.
Is he better than Zach?
He ain't better than Zach.
I don't know if he's better than Zach though.
He ain't better than Zach.
Huh?
I'm just keep my comments to myself.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna keep my comments.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go on centers in a second. I want to get to centers.
Ooh, I want to
Yeah,
hear that.
that's a tough one.
Who the top?
Jokic or Embiid? Joker with Jokic, so I say Jokic. So
I haven't played Embiid yet. But that film on Embiid is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That jab. You talk about He's 7. He my height. He gonna jab, pump fake, jab, lace you on the first play.
Who the best point guard in the league?
Is Steph technically a point guard or not?
LeBron.
We gotta make him.
Christ,
yeah, he's a point guard.
Who is the point guard? Like, who's our point guards now? Are we considering Luka a point guard?
Yes,
You think so?
I think Luka.
So is Bron a point guard?
No. I think Luka's more of a. If I'm being honest, Luka more of a point guard, and Kyrie.
I agree.
Too.
I agree.
Kyrie
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Kyrie don't got to bring the ball up. He can just get to it. I'm gonna be honest.
Who got the deepest bag in here? Yeah, they ain't gonna answer that question. Who got the deepest bag in here?
Look at Malik. Yeah, whatever. Nah, bro, we ended on that, man. Like, we appreciate y'all listening to us today.
Who got the deepest bag over here? Y'all been quiet.
Quiet right here. My
They're
man
sleeping.
Jerry been falling asleep.
All right, so we got to close it out, guys. We got to close it out. So
we appreciate y'all listening to us today.
But
definitely appreciate
if
you.
y'all ever have questions,
For sure.
don't be too cool to ask. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I've looked stupid on each level. But I ask the questions to learn to not look like I don't know what I'm doing. And that's how you learn, and that's how you stay in the league.
Hardest
Because
thing to do.
y'all think that y'all ready now? Good luck.
Walked off on that.
I'm gonna say it like that.
Y'all give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Be live.